What's going on, YouTubers? For ladies and gentlemen, it's the natural scary thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from October 27th, 2021, where it tends to AEW Dynamite back on a Wednesday, and you know what that means because it's Wednesday night. You know what that means. Dynamite is back on Wednesday nights because you know what that means. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyways, let me move. Let's move. Let's keep it moving. They were in Boston, Massachusetts. Your commentators were Excalibur, Glow JR, Jim Ross, and Tony Schiavone. Which, by the way, I gotta say this by the way. Um, my Dawson prayers goes out to Glow JR, Jim Ross, who's battling skin cancer right now. I mean, he's still in good spirit and all. He's still doing what he's got to do in AEW, where he's still doing Dynamite shows and all that. Yeah, so my best wishes goes out to good Jared Jim Ross. And speaking of saying good wishes, my good and best wishes out to as well. Also, to Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who's battling prostate cancer. I'm assuming that's what it is. Basically he went to the hospital and got treatment, get surgery on and all that. So hopefully he's doing alright. And so my best wishes goes out to Hacksaw Jim Duggan, one of the greatest legends in professional wrestling. Great guy. Never met him before, but of what I hear of him, he's a great guy. And my best wishes goes out to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hope he pulls through. Ho! USA. There you go. So, with that being said, let's get right into the show. Bobby Fish, the infamous one, versus the best in the world, CM Punk, making his Dynamite in-ring debut. Since making his debut to AEW since back in September, where it tends to debuting on Rampage and then wrestling only on Rampage, and then doing commentary on numerous of times where it tends to Dynamite. Now he's actually wrestling on Dynamite, and the match itself, it was good. I enjoyed the match for what it was. A lot of people say it was the weakest match on of CM Punk's match so far. I could agree. I can agree with that in a way. Because I wasn't that fond of this match either, which is CM Punk versus Bobby Fish. Don't know if they ever wrestled before. That's the thing about that too, and all. And then we get to the finish where basically it was a back and forth between these two guys. In the end, it was Bobby Fish getting the GTS as CM Punk. Basically, the match of the story here was that Punk's knee was being worked on by Bobby Fish, which it was the knee that he mused, where it tends to to muse to go to sleep. So he mused that knee that he got hurt by Bobby Fish for the go to sleep. Took a long time to pin him to a point he did pin him. But once the 3 count hit the mat, Bobby Fish was too late. He kicked out, but but it was already too late. It was already a 3 count, and that was it for that one. So and Paul Turner was the referee, by the way. Basically, you got some Ring of Honor feels of Paul Turner, who used to be in Ring of Honor as a referee. And then he obviously rotates to CM Punk's history in Ring of Honor, and Bobby Fish's history in Ring of Honor as well. And speaking of Ring of Honor, hopefully Ring of Honor get bounced back, because they release a lot of talents, not just pertains to the wrestlers, but also to the staffs and whoever have you. It's unfortunate, that Ring of Honor is going through that right now. During that pandemic of since last year, where basically from there it didn't go downhill from there, but Ring of Honor is really suffering right now. Retains to not going on live shows, and they're doing the right things by not having fans in attendance, which I thought during this time they'll at least had that chance to do it this year, but they never did it. They still want to take the proper proportions of the whole COVID-19 situation, and it's unfortunate. So what these guys are going to do with these wrestlers? They could be having their final event, final battle around December, and hopefully returns to in case if this is the end of Ring of Honor, returns to final battle, they're going to go out with a blazing glory. So it's unfortunate, but let's see what happens 2022. Either I can't remember, it was like they said something about February or April, but I'm pretty sure it was they said something about April that it's good. We'll get basically we'll get full details about what's going on with that whole situation. If this could be the end of Ring of Honor. Hopefully it's not, because the last thing we need right now is another wrestling company going down. Despite that they could be doing a lot better returns to money wise, because Sinclair is a billion that family business is a billionaire. So they could easily just do continue on with Ring of Honor despite this this whole thing that they're going through right now. So, and there's a lot of serious there's some strange stuff that's been happening before as well at the whole Joey Mercury debacle. But that's for another time though. We'll see what happens though. Hopefully this is not the end of Ring of Honor. But in case of it is, again, we're just a final battle. If that is gonna be the last show that they're gonna be doing, they will go out with a blazing glory. So, and it's unfortunate too, because the women's were doing a great job with the women's division. Minus Angelina Love, because she's always gotta be the center of the attention. But yeah, especially the whole even with the Kelly the Kelly Klein, I think I'll say her last name right. The one who used to date or used to be married to B.J. Whitmer until that ended. Unfortunately, it was bad during that time, folks. But yeah, but at that whole debacle too, and all, it's unfortunate. We'll see what happens with Ring of Honor. Hopefully, this ain't the end of Ring of Honor. So that's the thing too, I barely purchase the Ring of Honor anymore because of everything. Even when I try to to catch up and all that, but especially with my favorite wrestler Jay Leto. We'll see what happens with these wrestlers. And I see some of them already have shows being booked or from other promotions like GCW or other promotions that they're thinking of too. Yeah, there's even House of Glory that's coming back. Hopefully they'll get booked for that too. Or whoever is they'll be booking them from there. And again, your chance to AEW, NWA, Impact Wrestling, and we're chance to the women's. Well, that's not gonna happen to next year September. We're chance to WoW superheroes. We're chance to women's of wrestling. Of course, you gotta deal with run into problems in Tessa Blanchard. So, but other than that, nothing else to say, folks. So yeah, best wishes goes to Ring of Honor. Let's just hope they pull through this. We'll hear more information about what's going on with Ring of Honor. And again, we're tense, and they gotta find work at the end of the day. Hopefully, I get to see Jay Leto somewhere in those organizations to see what killing like he always does. So, but that being said, let's move on. But yeah, like I said, CM Punk defeated Bobby Fish with Paul Turner as referee. Yeah, basically Ring of Honor feel on this show, or Ring of in AEW. And by the way, speaking of which, if this is the end too of Ring of Honor, AEW needs to pick up that library, especially with the All In, because All In that library video pay-per-view that was back in 2018 is property of Ring of Honor. So if anything, Tony Khan needs to grab that in returns to All In and edit out Joey Ryan, who's on that show. Like how Nick Jackson edited out Joey Ryan from BTE's shows after the whole that debacle from last year, from just last summer, the whole speaking out movement thing. What else? But yeah, there you go. Returns to the libraries. AEW needs to grab that the library of Ring of Honor before the other company does. Just saying. So now with that being said, let's move on. So after the debacle of Cody Rhodes defeating Malachi Black says that he made Cody Rhodes' family lose faith in him and divided the entire Nightmare family. He even made the crowds hate him. Well, he got that one right. We're just the crowds hating him. Yeah, indeed, he got the crowds hating him. But the fact that he's saying the family are against him, it's not true. They're disappointed in him, but they don't hate him. They didn't leave him high and dry. Like like this is the way to protect Malachi Black of his excuse of losing to Cody Rhodes. This is the best you got, AEW. So Malachi Black also says that if Cody Rhodes thinks he's if Cody Rhodes thinks it's just about pinfalls, no, that's not the deal. And he says the house always wins. Basically, the House of Black. And I'm like, it doesn't make me feel any better. It doesn't change the fact that he still lost to Cody Rhodes. Even though he said this too, by the way, he defeated him twice. Basically, he won the war. Saying that Cody Rhodes may have won the battle, but he lost the war. Doesn't make me feel any better that Cody Rhodes to beat him. There was no purpose. There was nothing that that could gain of Cody Rhodes beating Malachi Black. Nothing. Nada. Z plus row. Zero. Zero miedo. Okay, I'm not gonna move on. Not gonna move on. Sorry about that. MJF with Shawn Spears and Wardlow versus Bryce Donovan. Donovan. I don't know. Whatever. He basically looked like Nick Jackson. So we got another cosplay jobber who looked like a young buck. Basically look like the Young Bucks. MJF basically squashed him. No, it was a short match. Just to get to MJF to cut a promo, where he immediately gets the microphone and basically creeps on Boston, Massachusetts. And basically saying it's a shithole the last time he's been there. Rips on the women of being fat. Ugly fat women, basically. So now he's Rick Rude now. The ravishing Rick Rude. Basically talking crap about Darby Allin, and then talk about what he did to Sting. All of a sudden, we hear Sting's music playing, right? And they go to the stage, and I noticed something. There was no snow, and all of a sudden, basically MJF he swerved us in a way. But more importantly, he swerved storyline wise, he swerved most likely Wardlow, because Wardlow had no idea what was going on. Basically then there Shawn Spears knew because MJF let him know, but basically MJF never told Wardlow the plan that was going to swerve them, because Wardlow was ready. He's ready to beat up Sting if he comes out. And then when we found out that that MJF was swerving them, he got swerved too. And then later on he started playing along. I'm like, no. Oh man, I thought it was funny in a way, but then all of a sudden the lights goes out, and MJF's like, okay, Shawn, you haha, funny. And Shawn's like, that's not me. All of a sudden we see a Titantron, where we see a person with an MJF mask on, and basically the cardboard face of MJF, on the person's face, who's basically look like he's got a beard and everything. Well, you couldn't tell who it was in a way, but it was a concert, and all of a sudden Darby Allin attacks that person and puts him through a table, and I don't know who that rapper was. I'm pretty sure I'm assuming he was a rapper. I don't know. And I think to myself, what was the point of that? Was that all just to distract MJF? I don't know. I didn't get that at all. But then all of a sudden Sting shows up in the ring, and beats up Wardlow with the baseball bat and Shawn Spears. MJF runs out the ring at that point, as he's standing at the guardrail. Also, we see someone in a raincoat, a beige raincoat with a hat on and bandages and everything, which is a costume, by the way, of the Invisible Man, and he revealed himself to being Darby Allin. And like, wow, I thought it was good. That was pretty good. That was a swerve there too, by the way. Because we see a couple of wrestling fans, I'm to say, in the crowds, wearing costumes. A majority of them were wearing costumes. So, that had me fooled too. So Darby Allin beats up on MJF a little bit, but MJF escapes. And when MJF was escaping, by the way, on the stage, he tripped. I'm pretty sure it was designed that way, but still, it was funny. And then MJF's watching on at what's going on with Wardlow. What's the Wardlow? Oh no, I'm sorry, Shawn Spears with Darby Allin grabbing his skateboard under the ring with thumbtacks on him, and smashes over to the back of Shawn Spears with it, and then also Darby Allin's music plays, and then Darby Allin said, "No, cut the music." Like he got the microphone. It says Max Full Gear set up. There you go. The match is all set up now. MJF versus Darby Allin at Full Gear. Also, we get to Tony Schiavone. He interviews Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who's being there with Rebel and Jimmy Hayter. Tony Schiavone basically is being the messenger, which is to Britt Baker that she's going to be wrestling against Abaddon. Where she is going to face her in a trick or treat no DQ match on Rampage, which I'll cover that when I get to it. And says if Abaddon wins, she'll get a title shot against Britt Baker. Basically, it's a non-title match, And Britt Baker, said, she's got everything under control. Pertains to, she's got a plan, and they're gonna take care of that plan. So there you go. Not much to say about that. But Britt Baker looked surprised though, and upset at Tony Schiavone too, by the way. But always forgiven though, because at the end of the day, she's got a plan. So Sammy Guevara defends AEW TNT Championship against All Ego, Ethan Page. Just basically the stipulation, like I said before, pertains to that Saturday Night Rampage. Dynamite, I should say. Where if Sammy Guevara loses the title, Mercedes loses to Ethan Page. Not only he loses the title to Ethan Page, but he will also have to leave the Inner Circle, which that was gonna happen because basically that basically was a giveaway that Sammy Guevara was gonna win. But this was a match where it was just between these two guys, and Sammy Guevara basically charges at Ethan Page and beats him up and everything before the match. And then got him in the ring, and that's when the match officially started. And then Ethan Page finally got some offense in there, and they went back and forth in the match. Once it finally began, and Sammy Guevara was killing it in this match, by the way. Even before the bout, before the bell rang, he was killing it. With Ethan Page, and then Ethan Page, was firing back at him and all. They were going all out in this match. No pun intended, because AEW is all about going all out. So in the end, it was Sammy Guevara getting the win. With the jackknife pin, which as soon as I saw that, basically it was supposed to be a surprise shock win to beat Ethan Page, and it was. Once I saw that part happening, I knew it, because sometimes matches do end that way. In that type of fashion. I said faction. Fashion. So Sammy Guevara retains, which means it's another division too, by the way. Because if Sammy Guevara wins, retains the Inner Circle, they get to choose any American top teams that have to be the face Inner Circle in a 10-man tag match at Full Gear. So Ethan Page attacks Sammy Guevara from behind, and Scorpio Sky joins along with the attack. Because Sammy Guevara was fighting back basically, and that's when Scorpio Sky got in there and jumped in and helped. And then also here Inner Circle's music playing. Basically Chris Jericho's Judas song playing, as Proud and Powerful got in the ring. Basically they ran. Jake Kicker was behind them, and then Jericho was way behind them because he's all out of shape. And you hear the song playing, until the song, the part when you get to I become man Julius in my mind, that whole thing. And Jericho cuts a promo. Basically, talks about how he give Scorpio Sky props when it pertains to beating him on twice before. And then he talks about Ethan Page, you on your hand, you beat your meat. Now he didn't say meat, but we basically know what he meant when he said what he was referring to. And I'm thinking to myself, how does he know? I wish Ethan Page would have made a comeback, of that. But then he didn't have the microphone, so basically Jericho says, on next Dynamite show, they're gonna announce who's gonna be from American Top Team that they're gonna choose to face the Inner Circle at Full Gear in this 5-on-5 match, which is gonna be Jericho said this. It's gonna be a Minneapolis street fight. So there you go. there you go. That was it. Match was good, by the way. With Sammy Guevara versus Ethan Page for the TNT title, and there you go. Number to say, pretty damn good match. We go backstage and we see Tony Schiavone talking with Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston, meant to say, about their semifinal tournament. They're going to be facing each other. Where Eddie Kingston says that Daniels says that he doesn't work hard, saying that he talks about dealing with stuff every single day, and Danielson shouldn't talk until a single day. Shouldn't talk until single day. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading on the same sentence. The same paragraph. My apology. So he said Danielson shouldn't talk until he walks a day in his shoes. Basically, he's done talking and he's done listening, and then at that point he left. Basically what Eddie Kingston was talking about in this promo is because for those who watches Rose to the Top, to me it's Rose to the Trash, because there was a promo there where Bryan Danielson said that Eddie Kingston doesn't work hard, and that's why he's not world champion, because of this whole tournament where it tends to be number contender for the AEW World Title. So, but Bryan Danielson says that's the Eddie Kingston he wants to see. But it tends to there's a lot of tough guys that's out there, but Kingston and Moxley are those two tough guys. He's even been within their in the ring. He says ultimately it doesn't matter how Eddie Kingston works hard in the ring. Bryan Danielson is going to beat Eddie Kingston in their match, and that was it. Basically, I think it's more teaser where it's gonna be Eddie Kingston. Obviously, where Eddie Kingston is gonna turn heel. Which is they're already planning for that one, by the way, which we'll get to that when we get to a Rampage, and with Jon Moxley to be the final seed to be planned there too, where it tends to him turning heel, and it's gonna be all because of Bryan Danielson, and it's gonna lead to something where it tends to a certain someone where Bryan Danielson is going to be teamed up with, which we'll get. I'll get to when we get to Rampage. But yeah, that was it. I thought it was pretty good. We go backstage. We see AEW World Tag Team Champions, Lucha Bros, laying out a challenge to FTR for the AEW World titles. For the AEW World Tag Team titles, I should say, at Full Gear. And there you go. Challenge accept. The challenge been set right there. Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb in an for the TBS title tournament match to begin. The second one they're doing. Pertains to the quarterfinals. Is it the quarterfinals or actually? I forgot what was the what was it called before we get to the quarterfinals. I don't remember. But the point is, this is the second tournament. The second match of the tournament. I meant to say, and also this is where Hikaru Shida brought her the trophy that she was supposed to win, the 50th win, and she got it basically. Basically on the broken pieces of it. Basically broken in two pieces, I should say. So Hikaru Shida, she wants that 50th win out of the expense of Serena Deeb, because Serena Deeb disrespected her in their last match. Now, where it takes this match between these two, it was great. It was the best match on the show. And this is what a woman's tournament should look like, WWE, with your garbage ass Queen's Crown bullshit tournament that you fucking did. Basically, the AEW women's wrestlers showed up the WWE women's wrestlers pertains to how a tournament should look like. And Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida should show them how that was fucking done. And yeah, it was great. Damn great. From both women's. And in the end, Hikaru Shida got the win. She got the win with reversing Serena Deeb's finisher, and got with the pin. And so yeah, Serena so Hikaru Shida got what she wanted. She got her 50th win with the with the trophy that she that she's gonna have to fix now. And then all of a sudden Serena Deeb attacks her from behind, beats her down, gets the steel chair, and basically just penalizing her in a way. I think she did. I'm assuming she did penalizing, and then summon the chair on in there, and then get her into the single leg Boston Crab, and you have officials coming out to break it up, and then Jerry Lynn coming in to break it up. So yes, Hikaru Shida may have won the match, but she didn't look like a winner after that. She looked like a woman who's been beaten down. Like look like she lost in a way. But yeah, so she looked like a winner. Nope. Even though she won the match, but she doesn't look like one. All right, so enough of that. So I'm already stumbling. Next we get to what happened with Mike Sydal. He's injured. Basically, you have Dante Martin and Leo Rush talking. I believe they were interviewing Tony Schiavone, if I'm mistaken. But basically, Mike Sydal got injured, so the match has changed now to Dante Martin versus Matt Sydal for Rampage, which we'll get to that when we get to it. Jon Moxley versus 10 of the Dark Order of these AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament. Basically, Jon Moxley kicked his ass. He busted him open by first he ripped the mask off, and then he busted him open by running him into the ring post and all that, which I knew that was gonna happen too. So that happened. I like, and on top of that, he's wearing 10 was wearing his Joker Heath Ledger 10 mask in a way. And I was saying to myself, why was he wearing that mask? Why is not wearing his new mask? And then I realized what they were doing. So yeah, but Preston, Preston 10, Preston Vance, was getting his ass kicked, but he showed some offense until Moxley cut him off, and then gives him the paradigm shift and got the win. So obviously no brainer there. Jon Moxley retained. I mean, Vance, I meant to say. Tony Schiavone, he interviews FTR, which is a challenge that the Lucha Bros lay out for Full Gear. And, basically, they talk about, it's been over a year since they haven't, since they lost the tag titles, and now they want it back. Basically, the AEW World Tag Team titles. And there you go. Not much to say about that. It was a good promo, though. It was a good promo. I just didn't want to waste too much time with that. Speaking of wasting too much time, here's something that was a waste of time. Even though it was a good promo, but let's get it out of the way. Cody Rhodes, being accompanied by Arn Anderson. Cody Rhodes comes out, he cuts his promo, pertains to the whole thing with Malachi Black, and as he's cutting this promo, even before he was getting ready to cut the promo, he already was getting booed. Booed. Boo. Anyways, moving on. So yes, let's get to this promo. So yes, as Cody Rhodes getting booed, and he says, rather the fans believe it or not, he hears the people. Yeah, he does. He hears the social media. He talks about the people, where it tends to be, him beating Malachi Black and using the Tiger Driver 98, and says for a moment he thought about using another move, the pedigree. He didn't say it, but we all were thinking the same thing, by the way, when we all saw him doing that. The whole double underhook. We all thought he was going to do the pedigree, but nope, he was actually, going to go for the Tiger Driver 98 instead. And it was a good move, though, by the way, but still, he really wanted to do that pedigree, by the way. Now, it would have been funny if he would have done that, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Same time, it was gonna also, be a burial for Malachi Black if that was the case. I mean, I don't know why you even suggest that, even saying something like that, but whatever. But he says that he didn't though, because that's the easy way out. He says that he wants fans to cheer or boo. He said that fans can easily boo the guy who writes the checks. Says that, but don't forget the guy who built this, who built the bank, and then crowds has cheers for that comment too and all. Basically, he hook, line, sink them in, and he tells the fans that they should walk a mile in his shoes. And as he said that, he took off his sneakers and tossed them in the crowd. Some lucky fans quote those, and they can sell on eBay. And Cody Rhodes talks about having a Hall of Fame brother, a wife who is way too hot for him, yeah, and a father whose legacy will never be able to outdo, even if he lives to 300 years old. It's the way, yeah, it's the way. It's the easy way out to turn. He says if people thought he went Hollywood, he's sorry. He apologized to the Nightmare family and apologized to Arn. He tells Arn Anderson that it's a damn honor to step in the ring with him and all that. Basically pandering, kissing the ass, like it reminds me of John Cena. And he says he apologized, tells Arn Anderson that he was right, and he shook his hand. And then he also returns the whole thing, saying that it's too easy, the whole thing, it'll be too easy to turn. He says that he will not turn. And I say to myself, why would you say that? Maybe it would have been better if we would have said, I will not turn my backs on you, or whatever. Something like that. It's that he mused to what we always say. He turned. He's gonna turn. I'm not gonna turn heel. And like, what's happened to Cody Rhodes? Did Brandy Rhodes poison his mind? Is that what happened? It's because of that dumbass reality show that poisons his mind so much that he's forgetting about the old school mentality of pro wrestling, or just promos. So then Andrade El Idolo comes out, and I fear for the worst, because that's going to be the next match on Dynamite. So Andrade tells Cody the people don't like him. He gets that people don't like him either, which is himself, Andrade. But Andrade said he doesn't care about the people. Andrade thinks that Cody Rhodes makes stupid choices, like that neck tattoo. Yeah, that's true. But he's kind of late to the party though, pertains to making fun of Cody Rhodes for that whole thing. But I digress. But I guess that joke never gets old then, But Andrade says, the next stupid thing was getting into Andrade's business. I'm going to make you my little bitch. And then the lights goes out, and then Malachi Black shows up. I'm not even gonna say it now. I mean, you know what? Yeah, that's gotta be Malachi. Just do the mystique there at the end of the day. Malachi Black shows up. He's alongside with Andrade. He throws the black mist into Cody Rhodes' face, and they start beating up on Cody. Arn Anderson start fighting with the assistant Jose, who's out there too, by the way. But then Arn Anderson gets beaten down, and all of a sudden, Pac comes out for the save, and and then all of a sudden he's teasing to do an aerial assault, basically dive on them. But then he jumps on the second ropes, and then also does a moonsault like how Malachi Black does it, and then sits Indian style like Malachi Black, and mocking Malachi Black, and then starts doing this, the middle finger. Now that's a real reason to do a middle finger to someone like to Malachi Black, like Pac just did, because remember, Malachi Black attacked Pac after his match against Andrade El Idolo. Now that makes sense of Pac why he did that, to mock Malachi Black and then gives him a middle finger. Not the whole thing where Brandy Rhodes to go in there just for to go in there just to be the center of the attention, to get on the hog all the glory, to be all the spotlight on her, to make it all, because it's to make it all about her and her dumbass reality show that they aired at, which that's basically what it was too, just to to do Indian singing style back at in Austria Stadium for that Grand Slam Dynamite show that was a part of, where she sits Indian style like Malachi Black did, where it tends to teasing to dive on Cody Rhodes, and just for her to give him the middle finger. That made no fucking sense, and I still don't think it makes sense then, and it doesn't make sense now. Now we're hoping with Malachi Black being mocked by by Pac, or with Pac doing that, that makes sense. Brandi Rhodes doing it made no sense at all. And it's all for a reality show. That's all that it was for. That that Brandi Rhodes did there, because she thinks in her mind, in her little world, that she's over with the fans. Well, I'm sorry, Brandi Rhodes, but based on the crowd reactions from Austria Stadium, when you doing that whole thing with Malachi Black, you getting involved in that whole thing, the fans were booing your ass. So no, you're not over. No one cares about you in pro wrestling because you suck in pro wrestling. You're only best as a ring announcer, where it tends to your times in WWE as Ethan Styles, and then you're only best as where it tends to you doing your dumbass reality shows. For someone like Brandi Rhodes who thinks she's over with in pro wrestling, it's a fucking joke. So yes, so that's gonna be the next feud, by the way. Pac versus Malachi Black. These guys have matches before, and it's gonna be great in AEW. What I'm not looking forward to is Cody Rhodes beating Andrade El Idolo, where it tends to his redemption pursuit path on his road to the world title, whenever that's gonna happen in 2022. Oh, he's got to turn heel first though, because I don't see him being a babyface. Pertains to that whole thing, especially when we got the Hangman, who's going to be up the next world champion. Anyways, certain matches that were announced for Rampage, which I'll do a review of that one. Britt Baker versus Abaddon, which that was the main event. Which that was the trick or treat no DQ match, where if Abaddon won, she will get an opportunity for an AEW Women's World Championship title match. You also have Dante Martin versus Matt Sydal, since Mike Sydal got hurt, still injured. It was supposed to be Leo Rush and Dante Martin versus the Sydal brothers, but due to the injury of Mike Sydal, now it's just a one-on-one match between Dante Martin versus Matt Sydal. And Leo Rush will be there in Dante Martin's corner. And then you got the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament between Bryan Danielson versus Eddie Kingston. And we're to Dynamite. So far, the matches that were announced so far are Cody Rhodes versus Andrade El Idolo, which I'm not looking forward to. It's going to be a good match, obviously, because of Andrade El Idolo. Not saying that Cody Rhodes can't wrestle, and it's not good. Because he is good. He can wrestle his ass off. Unlike his wife, Brandi Rhodes. But we'll see how the match goes. But I am not going to be happy with Andrade El Idolo losing to Cody Rhodes. NJ versus Jimmy Hayter, which is to the TBS title tournament, and Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. Potentially the AEW World Title Eliminator, which Moxley's gonna win, by the way. By the way, I don't think I should have did this. Give my predictions pertains to the TBS title match, pertains to advancing and all that. Which obviously pertains to Ruby Soho. She was gonna be my pick either way, because Play Before doesn't win matches that much anyways. Not even the big one. Hikaru Shida, when she beat Serena Deeb, and basically retains the whole thing, because of that whole thing will happen after the match was done. Nyla Rose is going to advance easily because Hikaru Shida is going to play an injury because of what Serena Deeb did. Ruby Soho is going to be going up against Chris Statlander. That match should be good. Chris Statlander is going to advance. I believe so. So I think we could see that match between Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander again. Maybe this time all around it'll be a better match like they tried to do back in Revolution from last year. Now for this match, Anna Jay versus Jimmy Hayter. Jimmy Hayter's going to go up against Thunder Rosa. So yeah, another match where Anna Jay has returned and she's gonna lose a match. That's gonna be so important to her, and she's not gonna look good losing it either. I mean, they'll find ways to protect her losing, but her comeback is too soon, too soon. As far as Jade Cargill's, let's see. Oh yeah, the Bunny versus Revel is going to advance. As far as Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa is going to advance, and then with with Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet, Jade Cargill's going to advance, and Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill, Jade Cargill's going to advance. I definitely see Jade Cargill advancing, and then it's going to be Nyla Rose advancing on Christian Anderson. Which I mean, I'll be fine with Cristiano advancing, but I think Nyla Rose going to advance so that they could do that feud that they should have done, where it tends to the whole thing since it happened from All Out between Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, Jade Cargill is my pick to win the entire thing. So there you go. So now that out of the way, let's get to the next thing, which is the main event. Is the Dark Order, John Stewart, who just looked like Bambi. Stu Grayson, who just looked like how do you say his name again from God of Wars? How do you say his name again? Kartos? I think it's Kartos, right? But basically he was had white paint on his body and all that, and in the red marks and all, tends to have from God of Wars. And Tommaso Ciampa did the same thing too, but tends to except his wasn't all covering himself on all white, because he did he just a little different, but it was cool though. It was cool. Even Uno was just like a cowboy. And Coco Cabana was just like Brandon Cutler, wearing the jumpsuit, the tracksuit, whatever it's called, the cool spray, and the face guard thing. Like, whatever. It would have been funny if he was just like CM Punk. That would have been funny. And they got the Elite. They came out cosplaying as Ghostbusters. Oh my god, I thought that was great. You have Michael Nakazawa just like a fat baby for a reason. Maybe he's playing the baby from Ghostbusters 2. I forgot the name of that baby, by the way. So, but whatever. But I digress. And then you had the Stay Puft Marshmallow, which Brandon Cutler. We'll get to that. But I thought that was great though. It was amazing, man. So they had the match, and they were doing and basically you have the referee Rick Knox was part of it, and it was a silly match, but it was fun though. It was a fun main event match, and on top of that, it was a Halloween special. That's basically what it was. This was a Dynamite Halloween special. That's what it was, and we're gonna get the same thing with Rampage too, based on what's going to happen with Abaddon against Britt Baker in the Trick or Treat No DQ match. So yeah, man, it was a fun match, man. Yes, I get it. It had no place in the main event, but it was great, man. I loved it. I was entertained. It was fun. You had some good spots in the match too, and all. With the silliness and all that, and the and as some people were not expecting Adam Cole to be a part of this whole thing, potentially being the Elite, but I thought it was great. I keep forgetting what it's called. The with the Ghostbusters. The proton pack. The proton pack. Yeah, that's sometimes I keep forgetting what that's called. But that was cool too. They had that and everything. And at one point they did the whole thing where they were in the proton pack on their backs, with the Dark Order in the middle. And they basically did the Ninja Turtles thing, that with the Turtles, like, but I thought that was awesome, man. Holy shit, man! Like, I was loving this. And then we get the I forgot to mention 2-part way. Which change to the Dark Order with their entrance. Like I said, with the wearing and all that. You had the horse there, which it was the horse acting weird and all that. which we'll get to why how that happened. Anna Jay, I forgot what she was dressed like, but I think she was dressed like a cowgirl. I guess I don't remember if that was what she was going for or whatever. Um, I don't remember what Alex. I mean, not I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, Alex Reynolds. I don't remember what he was wearing. I think he was a cowboy too. And you have Alan Angels, who also had a costume. I don't remember what it was either. Um, I can't remember if 10 was out there either, unless he was doing nothing where he was selling the injury, from acting weapon with John Moxley. But but yeah, man, it was awesome. But I know I keep saying it's awesome because it was awesome. I was entertained. That's how it's done. By the way, that's how AW done that right. When it comes to the Halloween special, unlike NXT's Halloween Havoc, which was fucking garbage. So we get. By the way, I gotta mention too. By the way, Matt Jackson's acting. What the fuck, man? His acting was fucking terrible. In so many levels, in so many ways, and the way it was set up, and the way it was booked, the way it was just presented. Like Matt Jackson, do you ever take acting class to improve your acting? I guess not. But also we get the horse coming out, and the horse is in the ring. The horse is acting all weird and all that, and basically the horse gets attacked by the Elite. They unmaster the horse. And by the way, those and that basically we're just them breaking the rules. The proton pack. Yeah, the referee was there was a referee bump at the time. So their matches they get away with all that. So yeah, the horse got beaten up. So they think it was a hangman, and it was actually Brandon Cutler. And then that's when Dark Order took care of Omega, Adam Cole, Nick Jackson, and Max Jackson had the terrible acting. We're taking some look at the hard camera and everything, and like so stupid. And also, the Stay Puft Marshmallow gets in the ring, took off the mask, and well, it was the Hangman. The Hangman Page was the Stay Puft Marshmallow, and took care of Matt Jackson and all that. And then at the end, it was the Dark Order winning, with John Silver getting the win over on Matt Jackson with a spin doctor. I forgot how it looked though, but that was the match. And then after the match, the Hangman starts celebrating with the Dark Order, drinking beers and all that. As the Elite looking all angry and pissed off and everything. And that was it. And that was the show. I enjoyed the show for what it was. Oh man, it was just amazing. That main event. I mean, yes, it was. Now obviously it's not a 5-star match. It's not it's not gonna break any boundaries of greatest match in 2021 for in pro wrestling. It was a silly match. It was a match that Jim Cornette will hate, and I can't wait to hear how he hated that match. But there you go. That was my All Elite Wrestling review, which is the AEW Dynamite, which is the Halloween special, from October 27th, 2021. Oh, by the way, the match with Moxley and Tim did happen on the show. That's why Tim was out there. So my apologies. I kind of forgot about that. But anyways, Tomo Wrestling, 5 matches, overall show rating 8.5 out of 10. That was a damn good show. Damn good show. We're to the wrestling, to the silliness, the fun stuff and all that, and wherever have you. Minus the Cody Rhodes promo, which again the promo was good though, but the delivery of I will not turn. Whatever. But there you go, folks. That being said, thank you for watching for It's the Natural Scary Gorilla, saying peace on the streets for you to be well, stay safe, take care of yourself right now what's going on in the world. Wear your mask, get your hands sanitized, wear your gloves of any kind, get vaccinated, be better, be respectful, be appreciative, by loving one another. God bless one another, live in peace and harmony for us all, for I am out here, ta for now. Y'all take care.